I
cucumber
ain't want to interrupt.
amazing.
I ain't want to interrupt. It looked like it was too good, bro.
It was. It really was. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, welcome to the fourth, yes, count them, fourth installment of Talking Good,
Talking good,
Talking Bad.
talking bad.
Hey, you want it? Y'all waiting to hear that voice. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you have that, bro.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead.
no, I thought it was a tag team thing where we kind of just made it our personal little thing for starting the show. And I forget it, man. How you been, man? How was your week?
You know what? My weekend so far was very good. Very,
Yeah,
very, very good.
there's been a lot of interesting things going on that we could talk about, that we do talk about. Basketball has been exciting, wrestling's been exciting. But you know what? Last night came across something.
Mm. What'd you come across?
Man, Ja Rule say he back outside, bro.
Yeah, well, he need to go back inside because I heard what he said. And
Ja Rule back outside, baby.
and look, it is nothing against Ja Rule. I'll tell you
No,
that much.
no.
Nothing against Ja Rule whatsoever. But bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your time is come and gone.
It's gone, bro. If
Your
that
time,
night in what Milwaukee when he's trying to see who's ready, and then nobody say nothing, I'm hanging it up.
yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. Was he? He was in a coat in his drawers.
Did it look? Bro, I tried my best to listen to the lyrics because we get caught up on visuals sometimes, and sometimes we miss out on stuff by what we're looking at. Bro, I think so. I think so.
I think he was, man, and it was a little disturbing.
You can't be that ain't a New York thing.
No, and especially, you know what? Especially with this Diddy trial going on, I don't think you want to be sitting out there in a coat and drawers and a hat.
Especially after all these stories of Diddy just popping up with a robe on, nothing on up underneath that, and the robe wide open. Nah, bro. But hey, I'm gonna give him his props. Ja Rule held it down for a little bit. They had all the girls screaming and stuff like that, making them love songs and stuff. I got you. But I mean, it's just like certain shoes I can't wear. I gotta be aware of myself. Gotta be aware of myself. I know I don't need to bust out in no tight clothes on. I'm too skinny for that. I look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to what I'm good at.
Nah, people don't realize that.
Put a hood on. I'm straight right there.
Now, if y'all have been following with Talk Good and Walk Bad, we've been talking a lot about Mystical and the Bear.
We on the morphology, man.
So we've been talking about Mystical and the Bear. We found a bear that possibly Mystical could beat.
Maybe. Yeah, bro.
I
That's
mean,
that's the epitome of down and out right there, bro. I ain't never seen a bear with a camelback, bro.
yo, for real. But you know what's crazy about this bear too? This bear still might whoop his ass.
Bro, think about it. Are you more dangerous when you comfortable or when you hungry?
You gonna go with hungry. But see, yeah, I still wouldn't trust that bear. But we're not going to dwell on that bear too long.
Not too long. Not too long.
We're going to talk about an animal that nobody talking about.
We touched on it. We touched on it before.
We did, but we ain't fully
dig into that right there. Okay, let me give you a nerd moment real quick.
talk about it. Talk about it.
All right, over in Australia, now they are having hunting seasons for kangaroos where each person, if they volunteer or they sign up, just like over here with deer season, you can kill X number of kangaroos. Now, why would you do that? Deer are a problem in certain regions because they cause a lot of car accidents. So you have hunting seasons to kind of lower the population.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that to a kangaroo? Those jokers is crazy, bro. They don't have no natural predators, and they will get territorial and attack. They will mess you up. So that's the reason why they said, hey, man, get a gun and go take out some of these jokers. Not all of them, but take out some of these jokers, man. It's dangerous out here.
First of all, both kangaroos are in better shape than both of us combined.
I'm done.
There's one crouching, and then there's one standing 7 feet tall.
I don't know which one most scary. And they will chase you.
I would be more afraid with the one crouched down.
Ain't no telling what he about to do.
Because the 7-foot one, you just throw the towel in.
Oh yeah, he's already primed. He finna kick you. He's finna kick the crap out of you. And I mean that. Like, if he don't hit you hard enough for the crap to fall out of you, you got nails that will cut the crap out of you. Your intestines just start falling out. No, sir. I don't want that.
Mm-mm. That's terrible.
Not to mention, he's in better shape. So I'm through, bro.
Yeah, we're done. But I got something we do need to talk about.
All respect to the kangaroo. I never want to go to Australia.
You want to read that?
I got you, brother. Westside Connection was initially supposed to include DJ Quick and Tupac, but creative and political tensions in the mid-90s West Coast scene shifted the final lineup to Ice Cube, WC, and Mac 10, the group members we know on today. Cube was originally crafting the concept as a larger posse, cut idea. Oh, posse, they cut the idea, it's a missing word there, for a West Side All-Stars group. Let that settle in.
Do you realize how much of an influence that group would have been if DJ Quick and Tupac was in this group?
Bro, humongous. I want you to speak on that.
DJ Quick is one of the illest producers and rappers in the West Coast scene. And then Tupac with his notoriety and stuff like that, or that extra aggression to that West Coast group. Now to have Tupac and Ice Cube in a group together, that would have been big.
That is big.
But I also feel like some of this might be a little bit fabricated, because at that point in time, Pac and Cube had like a slight beef.
Yeah, it was about to go down. Let them tell it. Of course, we weren't there.
Right.
But let them tell it. Before Pac passed, it was about to get a little scrappy with Pac and Cube, according to reports.
Right. So this is just hearsay on this thing, but I think this would have been super big. And shout out Underground Hip Hop and Hip Hop Mixtapes and Rap Music Culture for that.
Check them out. They stay coming with something to think about. If you're a music fan, start to talk like Glorilla now.
Oh shit!
But yeah, check them out.
You know, I'm glad you brought up Glorilla, because we have something else to talk about.
Hold on, wait. Go back real quick. I ain't ready for that one yet. I want to think on something real quick. You got to put it back up there. They heard what we said. At that point in time, remember the West Coast, they had these periods of time where they would try to show unity. Then something would happen, and then they'll show unity after something bad happened. That could have been the thing that it was, because I mean the concept of the West Coast connection as we know it, you got a Blood, you got a Crip, and you got Cube that's good in the hood.
Right.
So bringing in somebody people like that and trying to do like a West Coast All-Stars, which that rumor pops up every now and then, especially not last year when Kendrick blew the heck up, but when they passed the torch to Kendrick, they started talking about West Coast All-Stars too. And in the early 2000s, probably right there around when Dre dropped the next album, Chronic 2001, they was talking about redoing the NWA, which of course Tupac would have been in if he was alive, but it was going to be Dre, Snoop, Cube, and Eminem.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked though.
I do. At that time, to early, think about it, not now, but early 2000s.
Okay.
You
Because
see
I'm
what I'm saying? Snoop, we don't know Snoop how we know him now. Dre coming back doing anything is hot. M is on fire. Cube, I mean, at this point in time, he could do no wrong. I think just the name alone, and remember, the Up and Smoke tours were incredible.
They were good. Yeah.
And I think that's probably what led to that. But it's tough to think about the road not traveled.
I mean, it's like fantasy booking.
Yeah.
Like when we do the wrestling things and stuff like that. It's fantasy booking. If I wanted to start an NWA,
fantasy book, let's go.
Okay.
You talking about now, today time?
All time.
All time.
But see, then it's gonna go into one of the stuff we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
But, definitely Tupac. I want to put Snoop there because he is a West Coast legend.
Because he is a product actually of NWA technically.
Right. So I would say Pac, Snoop, Easy if he was still here, Game, and Dre.
Okay, let me challenge you.
Go for it.
Dang it, but you kind of got to put Dre in there anyway. I want to try and do it without original members, but you gotta have Easy and Dre.
Yeah.
That's just a given.
And not to take nothing from MC Ren. Shout out MC Ren. Another pioneer.
Pioneer.
But I mean, if we was to do it nowadays, see, the only reason I picked those few was because at that point in time they were hot.
Yeah,
that would have been a good version of NWA.
A good coach passing.
But to me, Pac would have been the best fit for that because he was about that, at the police and.
Bro, he shot a cop. He shot an undercover in the ass. I mean,
like, come on.
But for being wrong, for crossing somebody that he didn't even know, he wasn't even involved in the situation. That's true NWA spirit.
Yep. But who would yours be?
I don't know, man. Let me think about it today's time. Like I say, I gotta, out of respect, Dre. I honestly wouldn't mind him and Cube working together. So Dre, Cube. So that's the two legacy.
Okay.
Just because, even though they're gonna have to work on a lot of chemistry, I'm a big fan of this dude before the beef. I've always been rocking with him since I first heard him. I put Kendrick in there because he don't mind standing up.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to put that up.
No, remember, I put Kendrick in there. He don't mind standing up. And then you got to round it out with, like, I want to say Game. And I want to say, what I got? One more?
Yeah.
I'm going to need a lesser known person on that one, though. Damn, if Nipsey didn't pass?
Oh, I forgot about Nip.
If Nip didn't pass, bro, that would have been
it. I would take Game out and put Nip.
That would have been it.
I forgot all about Nip. No, matter of fact, no. I wouldn't even take Game out. I would take Snoop out and put Nip.
Put Nip, yeah. But we're going to touch on a little bit of, we just want to get y'all thinking right now. Get y'all activated.
You know who we forgetting too? Too Short.
Short? But you know what?
40 wasn't a fit with them.
No, with NWA, because Short, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say Short ain't gangster. I'm saying Short's music trajectory ain't necessarily in that same thing. Like, Short gonna make you dance, he gonna make you laugh, he gonna make you think about a couple things and remind you that he gangster. But if you had asked me that back in midway through 2000 before Nate Dogg passed, he had to be up in that too. Just for music quality. Just for music quality.
Nate Dogg would have been real good for that.
Perfect.
But let's get back.
If the police, that's what I said.
That's what I said.
Yeah, what I said.
Shout out underground hip hop mixtapes and rap music culture again.
It's
So I'll read one, you read one, and then I guess I'll end it.
cool.
So Tupac once planned a full album with Spice One. That's another one. Spice
Ooh, don't get enough credit.
full album with Spice One called America's Nightmare Volume 2, which was quietly shelved after Pac's death. Spice
Hmm.
One confirmed that they had at least 8 unreleased tracks. Some with Scarface, forgot about Scarface, and MC8 still sitting in the vaults. What do you think about that?
It kind of goes back to something I was thinking, but well, something that I mentioned earlier,
Mm.
where they would have times where the West Coast would really like to show unity, and I think that would have been huge. Pac with his mouth, no, did he? But Pac with the way he would speak and
Mhm,
the subjects he would touch on. Spice One with his attitude
mhm,
and his with things that he would address or speak about, straight up hood, straight gangster.
mhm.
I think them two alone, if they had to drop that, that dual out, that compilation was enough. So we add in other minds and people like that to it. Bro, we missed out on a lot, man, because of some crazy media stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of what ifs that would have happened, and it would have been big, man. Like this is why I tell people too, Pac and Big would not have been beefing
No,
around this time. Like it would have all been over, and
no,
they would have made some music. But actually, we're gonna kind of talk on that a
look at
little bit, but not too much, but a little bit later. You got the next one?
yeah. If I can, guys, if I look different right now, it's because I'm operating from a cell phone this day. But
Oh,
let me come in real quick and squint my eyes.
if you want me
Spice,
to read it, I'll read it.
no, we'll tag team. It's cool because you got to get that last one.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Spice One was the first major West Coast artist to openly say Suge Knight tried to sign him, but he turned down Death Row. He didn't trust the energy and stayed independent, even as Tupac begged him to join the label.
I mean, Spice One is not lying about that. I mean, the energy was
Come on,
different. Death
come on.
Row, Death Row in the '90s was definitely ran with a gangster mentality,
After this,
and it was like they lived on mob ties, bro. Like,
yeah.
and I get where Spice One's coming from, but one thing we do gotta say, Pac had an eye for talent.
Hmm.
Pac wanted to work with you. That was big.
Pac wanted to. I put it like that too, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Pac wanted to work. Period.
Yeah, yeah.
And so him even giving consideration to people, even like, oh, whoever's in the studio right now, you're in the studio for a reason. Let's get to work. So him, respecting Spice like that,
Hmm.
that's big because like Pac stayed working. That's the reason why he got more albums out after he passed than he was when he was alive.
Hmm.
Hours of material. But going back to the subject of that paragraph, I don't blame Spice. Like I say, when you know how to read the room, kudos.
And
Oh, bro.
that goes for in life, folks.
Yeah,
Read the room.
read
Read
the
the room.
room.
Jesus Christ. All right, so during his time in the Bay, Tupac used to freestyle battle at Lake Merritt with local underground cats. But what's crazy is Spice One was already a local legend there before Tupac ever got known. Pac used to watch Spice perform before his own fame kicked off. That's love.
That is love.
That and that's one thing I will sit here. I will speak on Pac all the time because he's one of my favorite artists. Pac, when Pac said he was in the hood, Pac was in the hood. He did not care. Pac used to go to part. I used to hear stories when I was in my teens. I used to hear stories about Pac going to parties in the Bronx and like
Yeah,
just him.
unknown Pac still in places
No,
that
I
that.
mean he was known. He was known, but he didn't hit. It wasn't that superstardom Pac. But even
Hmm.
superstardom Pac was still at these parties, and they'd be like, "Yo, you a celebrity. What are you doing here?" You know what I mean? And that's one thing I loved about him. Like he stayed true to him.
That's why I believe, and country, and I do. Snoop said one thing. He was like, there was never no East Coast West Coast beef. The media did that because Pop wasn't coming at New York. He was coming at Fugazi stuff. He was coming at disloyalty. He was coming at distrust. And I don't want. You know, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But hey,
No, actually, you know what? Not for nothing. Talk about that right now.
like right there before we passed, like we started talking about this the other day. Me, you, and Nap. Shout out, brother Nap.
Shout out Nat.
Looking back, some things start to make more sense. We started thinking about, okay, Biggie was about to leave Bad Boy, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Pocket started letting people know he was about to expose Diddy and his stuff back then.
And case in point, folks, everything that Talking Good and Walking Bad is talking about, this is all alleged. We are not trying to spread rumors. We are not trying to do that. This is all allegedly. So
I'm drawing from stuff like that's actually out there. For example, the original album artwork for the Machiavelli album.
mm-hmm.
I mean, again, I wasn't there, but if you look at that artwork, go out there, Google it. If you look at that artwork, it's saying something. And I don't think that him and Big would have been beefing for much longer because it was bigger than that.
Pac was more hurt, and this is just my opinion.
Mhm.
Pac was more hurt that Big knew what was going on.
Mm.
He knew what happened, but didn't say nothing to him. You're supposed to be my mans.
Mm-hmm.
You're not informing me on what's going on, but I know some stuff that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of iffy.
And coming from a man that's been crossed before, set up before.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that leave a sour taste in your mouth. You ever notice? Admittedly, as big of a Pac fan I am, you got paranoid around this time. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that paranoia led him to like, yo, if everything, I'm gonna put out this and that there because the allegations of Diddy being interested in him and Pac and a female, something going on, seeing who gonna do the best job with the female, or either they at the same time or whatever. Like allegations. I wasn't there.
All allegedly.
Yeah, allegations.
All allegedly.
But I can see how Pac would be like, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, you like that? Okay.
And y'all gotta remember too, Pac almost signed the Bad Boy.
Almost. He knows more than he knows more than we know he know or knew.
But you got to think too, and this is something sad to say, but this is all alleged.
Allegations.
Puff allegedly used Pac for his notoriety to get himself over because nobody really knew who Puff Daddy was at that time and stuff like that. So Pac, I want to get back to my brothers. I'm gonna let y'all go on tour with me. I'll let y'all open up, and y'all do what y'all do. So, I mean, you know, it's a touchy subject. I think my boy froze because he looked like he ain't moving.
I did. No, I had to respond to a message. It was pretty important. But no,
you were just. Oh, I ain't know what to do.
But, no, it's all good. But I think about the other stuff that was found out through investigation when Puff put out that hit. Now I won't say allegations on this. I'm talking about what detectives found out. So I'm letting that fly. Mm-hmm. And what was admitted by the people involved. Mm-hmm. When Puff put out that hit, guaranteeing X amount of dollars on the head of Suge and Pac. I'm not thinking it's just because somebody got out of their car at a club and a gun fell out and Puff was, and they in California, so they feel threatened. I'm thinking more so like, Pac did say he was going to start putting some stuff out.
Nah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some comments real quick. We gonna do the comments real quick.
Yeah, let's go. You gonna have to take them comments, bro.
All right, I got you.
As far as reading them for me.
No, I got you. Doc, a loyal listener. Hello, fellas. Nice to see the show again. Keep them coming. Definitely.
Absolutely.
You will see these pretty faces on here. Well, handsome, because we not pretty. Lenore, what's up? I should have screenshot that. She talking about when you froze.
He always catch me slipping.
Oh, yeah. And Billy D laughed at that.
What up, Billy? I hope you're doing good, man. For real.
Yeah,
been a long time.
Haven't heard from y'all in a bit. Hope
A long time.
The stone look on money. Yeah, that because he froze. You was there.
Thing about it is I do that shit anytime. Let's go. I do that crap anytime.
Oh, yeah. We don't care.
But anyway, not to waste y'all time.
So get back on that. All right. Yeah, it was a lot with that.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk all day about that.
Yeah, but let's talk about stuff that Hey! Welcome back.
Hey, man.
What more? Where y'all been?
I'm gonna let you have that one, bro. I'm gonna let you have that one right now.
Goodness gracious.
Is that Cherokee? Never mind.
Ow! Look at their faces, just ready to take the peen. Ow! Mount Buttmore.
A phone call was just had like, you know what? I really want to see what these two guys can go. Never mind.
Oh, the viewership went up when Mount Buttmore came in.
Back up there, then. Let's talk about it. We got a lot of men out there.
Now,
there we go.
Now we're going to talk about the females. But before we do, we got a couple more comments.
Serious conversation about the ladies.
Charlene, always watching. Loyal.
What's up, Charlene?
In the wave.
What's up, Charlene? Stop doing that, man. Anthony Hamilton like that.
Oh, Jesus. Lenore said he happy that it's summertime. I mean, yeah, why not?
I'm talking about if I can nod my head hard, I'm gonna need a dang neck brace.
Yeah, he about to break his neck on that.
Busta Rhymes.
Now, ladies, whoever's here, I need y'all to look at this. All time best female rappers.
And you know what, ladies, take a couple moments, tell your lady friends, your female friends to come look at this, and let's be real about this.
Mm-hmm. And please look at this.
And this has nothing about no gender roles or gender issues. Like, let's be honest about this list. On this show, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mel, but on this show, we're going to find a list, and we're going to have to pick it apart.
Mm-hmm. Tia Weston. Hey.
What's up? Yo, she was one of the A1s, man. I'm glad to see her back. What's up, Tia?
Good to see you back. Very good to see you back. But we're gonna give y'all time on this because, man, when we tell you we about to dissect this,
man. And you know what? Let's make it challenging for us until the audience start chiming in about what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not start at the top. While they're thinking about it, let's start from the bottom and seeing people we start finagling around, if that makes sense.
Oh, comments is coming in.
Oh, yes. Success.
So our girl Tia, she says 5, 7, 3, and 8.
Gotta squint my eyes. So that's Queen Latifah.
5 is Queen Latifah. 7 is Little Kim. 3 is Missy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 is Eve.
I can understand that. I can understand that all day. You put them at the top, right? I'm asking Tia on that one. Like that's what you're saying. At least should be like the top 4, at least. Like the top row should consist of them. Is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got you. And like I say, I'm not gonna argue with that one at all. I'm not gonna argue.
The list, I have a problem with.
I got a problem with this list as a whole.
Best. So
put my gum down.
So Tia said they paved the way for the rest. Absolutely. And she's saying yes to.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So in a way, that's kind of a Mount Rushmore like thing. If you look at it, and especially knowing, shout out to Big Hurt Brian Carr for pointing out and schooling somebody on what Mount Rushmore really is supposed to be about. The actual Mount Rushmore supposed to be bridging the gap from the past to the future. Past, present, future is what the idea behind it was. And if you watch National Treasure, it's a cover up, but allegations. Anyway, so when you mention, what does it say? Oh, Remy Ma.
Remy Ma is an honorable mention. Absolutely. Listen, regardless of what's going on right now with Remy and stuff like that, ill lyricist.
Ill lyricist. Even though Pap just said he wrote like 88, 90% of everything.
Yeah, we're not going
to get it. That ain't what this is about, though. That is not what this is about.
We're not going to get into that.
Because I know a lot of people I can write a script for and they can't act worth a doggone. So, I mean, just because you wrote it, somebody had to deliver it. So, I give you that. No, don't want to hear no Drake fan talking about that. Hush. But no, looking at the choices that she made, Queen Latifah definitely groundbreaking at that time. Definitely. Always going to be a queen. Lil' Kim, we know what she did to change the game. Missy with her flavor, we know what she did to change the game. So I respect that. I respect that list. And Eve was almost like picking up and running with it after those at that time. So I respect that.
Now, here's my problem with this list.
Elephant in the room moment?
Oh, no. This is just my thoughts on this.
You know what I'm saying? This is the elephant in the room moment?
Probably. This is my problem with this list. The problem with this list is somebody young made this list.
Clearly.
Because you're not going to sit here and tell me Nicki could out-rap Queen Latifah.
Bro, the love I have for Queen is never going to allow me to say that. Never.
And Tia, I was definitely going to get to that. So I'm gonna put up your comment. What was that lady named? Lady T, MC Light, something like that. MC Light should be on this list.
What? I just know she's not on there?
Nope.
How in the world?
No, but this is where we're going to get into this now.
Bro, Cappuccino, Georgia Porch. Man, come on, man.
Hold on. How you don't have MC Light on this list as a best female rapper, but you got Shorty up here. You got Ciara, who's not a rapper.
Let's go right there. Let's start right there.
Ciara is not a rapper. Why is she on this list?
Bro, when did Ciara?
Somebody young made this list.
Ciara?
Okay.
You finna make my eyes cross up.
Can we really talk about it? And for the people watching, y'all let me know if y'all agree with me on this.
Let's go. That's what the show is about. The more y'all talk, we listen. We gonna get y'all involved. Let's go.
Lil' Kim gave birth to number 1, number 4, number 9, number 12.
Let's talk about it.
And number 15.
Let's talk about it. You ain't got to be a fan in order to show respect.
Absolutely.
You ain't got to be a fan. Like, I'm not gonna sit here like when Lil Kim dropped La Bella Mafia. Was that the name of that one? Like, yo, that's her best work to me. I'm not a rider for Kim though, but at the same time, I have utmost respect for Kim and what she did.
Because honestly, Lauryn Hill could stay at 2.
I'm gonna fight with you on that a little bit.
But I'm gonna say it again for the people that didn't hear before. Little Kim gave birth to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Shorty, Megan Thee Stallion, and Trina. So I would exclude Cardi B, Shorty, Megan Thee Stallion. I
can't put them in top 5.
I would keep Trina up here.
Because you know what? Trina was right there behind him. This coming from a Southern guy. Trina was right there behind Kim. Kim was more nationwide known, but down here, Trina was already getting started. I ain't gonna say nothing about that with Trina.
All right, but I'm gonna go backwards with what Tia saying. So Tia said Lauren not a rapper though. You are absolutely right. I take that back. Lauren was a lyricist.
She was. She spit. Yes.
Yeah. Lauren.
But what does the nation know her for? Not that.
Right. And she also, I know she's talking about Little Kim with this, just as she effed up her body, absolutely. And she also agreed with what I said with Little Kim, how she gave birth to. Okay. You have to then separate genres because we have battle rap versus rappers versus singers who can cross over.
First of all, once you say singers up in there, I need to take that out.
Absolutely.
I.e. Sierra.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get on here and be like, yo, as legendary and much respect we have for Nate Dogg, he don't deserve to be on the top 50 rappers list.
Exactly.
And that's not out of disrespect. That's out of let's call it what it is. Sierra does not need to be up there.
Like, okay, so let's really talk about it. Young M.A is a rapper.
Yes. Hard spitter, groundbreaking. I need her to do some more. I'll miss her. I wonder where she is. But I would not get into a battle with her. I know I'm not. And
okay, Sierra and Doja Cat don't need to be up here.
Doja Cat ain't did. I don't want to sound this. Why is Doja Cat up there, man?
Oh no, I could wait. I might be with Tia on this one.
What you say?
Wait, is that Left Eye?
Left Eye's up there if I remember correctly.
But I don't think that's Left Eye's picture.
It's got a name up there. What is it? Something like Lopez or something like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but that don't look like the Left Eye that I think they're talking about. This might be another version of her.
It better not be Jennifer Lopez. I know that.
Tori, talk real quick.
Got you. No, but for real, on a list like this, out of respect, you can't have Sierra up there and not have MC Lyte. You can't have Doja Cat up there and not have Lady of Rage. As a matter of fact, where is Brad on this list? Where's the Brad? Where is she? Dang, where is she? Wow. Really? Yo, Brad ain't up there.
Nope.
Wow. Throw the whole list away. Some youngin made this. And there's I don't want to be the old head, the vanguard of the porch. Come here, look at this, but this don't make sense. If you know what we're talking about. Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and there's a whole bunch of people that you could actually put from the ladies, from the 80s. I call it the ladies. Try to put two words together, but it don't make sense. Female MCs from the 80s had a chokehold on the game if you were to put them up against modern day. And I'm just telling you that as a fact. There were a lot that could actually flow and spit. Now, you could throw in somebody like Salt-N-Pepa and we could argue about it. You can argue about it, but that's when you start having these modern day conversations like, oh, you got to adjust yourself to be profitable and marketable. In order to, my dude can really spit, but he got to make these type of songs in order to make money. Same with the ladies. And Lil Kim broke that mold on that. So, but the same with the 80s. They could spit, but they were spitting pure hip hop.
Okay. So as I'm going through this,
Mhm.
that Lisa Lopez is not this Lisa Lopez.
What Lisa Lopez is that?
I don't know.
That looked like the girl from 3LW.
You know what?
You remember the girl from 3LW making the promises?
I mean, yeah. But that ain't Left Eye.
You know the sad thing is that they probably took that picture and put it up there thinking about that chick talking about you promised me Kate Spade, but that was last year, boy, in the 8th grade.
Right. So Tia, who is getting fan of the week right now, Jesus.
Yeah, yes, well, couldn't work it.
And if it is Left Eye, she doesn't belong either because she was part of a group. She was not a standalone rapper.
I agree with you that she ain't got to be up there that high, but I won't take it as she was part of the group to be a discredit.
I agree, but I agree with what she's saying though.
I get what you're saying. Like I wouldn't put Lisa
She
Left
didn't have a Left Eye album.
right. So when you heard her spit, it was few and far between. She doesn't have a catalog. She doesn't have something to put a pen in.
So you gotta kind of agree with what she's saying. You can't put her on an all-time best female rapper.
No. And not to mention, I mean, respect to the dead. Could she rap? Yes, clearly. But was she spitting bars? Because, like, don't get me wrong. You could be a part of a singing group and you that rapper in the singing group. We've seen it happen a few times. It usually fizzles out. But if you were spitting bars, you got more of a leg to stand on. She was spitting more reflective and retrospective, and that's cool. That's good. That's good. But on this list, no.
I wouldn't put all-time best.
No, I can't. I'm gonna give her all respect, yes, but no.
So make it make sense to me. You're telling me Iggy Azalea.
Somebody.
I said it right.
Iggy Azalea, yeah.
Iggy Azalea has better lyrics than Eve.
Get out of here.
And Little Kim.
Get out of here.
Even though we know Little Kim didn't write all her stuff.
I don't care right now, especially with female MCs. I don't care right now.
You gonna put Iggy above though?
That's disrespectful. Name me an Iggy Azalea song.
I can't.
I think I know one, but I'm not even sure on that.
I can't.
I'm like, just a song. Just a song. I remember the name. I think I know what she looks like.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
I can tell you about Trinidad James.
I'm gonna tell you like this. This list was. We're gonna say it again. This list was made by a young person.
Bro, to not have MC Light up there at all, to not have the Brat up there at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. And then now I'm looking at placement. Like Trina is way too low, bro. Those just shouldn't be up there. I'm sorry. Just I don't respect. I mean, no disrespect. Sierra, no. Why are you up there? And who is that? Is that Saweetie? Too early. Who is that? Okay, Meg. I mean, people like Saweetie, Meg, and all them, like, they need to be, if you're gonna put them on there, down at the bottom, man. Respect.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's talk. We got some comments. Okay. TLC was not rap. It wasn't.
No, that's my point. I'm agreeing with you. What I'm saying is, just because you in a group, you could be a hot spitter in a group. What I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with you, but I can't say just because you're the rapper in the group that sings or whatever that discredits you.
Mm-hmm.
TLC was not rap because I'm trying to think of. It's been a few that tried, and I'm like, yo, that dude can spit, but the group is singing, but that's the reason why there was a mix-up. You remember about midway through the 90s and like about a 10-year gap, you start having these groups that had like 2 singers and 1 rapper.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me give you a good example. Look at Floetry. They made R&B music, but old girl was spitting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I can't take away from that. She ain't gonna be on this list, but you see what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you spitting, you spit.
No, definitely. And Charlene said, okay, did Eve write her stuff? Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Absolutely.
Yes, she did.
Yes, the heck she did.
And coming from that camp, yes, you had to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tia says, I can't tell you anything Iggy has rapped. Neither can we. Neither can we.
Respectfully.
Iggy song, Black Widow. I've never heard it. I probably did.
Maybe.
I probably did hear it, and I just don't remember it.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
That's my point. If you go make a list of all time, especially having Iggy sitting right there next to Queen Latifah, out of here.
But then, okay, we're not looking at this. We're not looking at this really good. Look what it says at the top again, bro.
What it say?
All-time best, and in quotations, female rappers. So somebody young made that. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're in quotation marks. Now it's like seeing it now. I'm like, okay.
Cause bro, we going in like that. I put Ella Fitzgerald there before Iggy Azalea. My old girl got up there standing. Mm-hmm. I remember that. I don't remember Iggy. I'm being funny, but you feel me? You know, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you could take the 80s right now and make a list, and it's gonna take up at least a third of the list.
No, that's a fact. But we got one more thing to talk about before we wrap this up.
If y'all are done, get your final comments on this subject in right now.
We got to give y'all one. Y'all got to pick one album to listen to.
I ain't good at this. Ooh, this for the ladies.
One R&B album on this list to listen to.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them go first on that one because
I don't want to answer this.
yeah,
There's too many good ones up here.
yeah.
Tia said, I need something intellectual. Well, you got one right now.
There you
Pick
go.
one of these albums to listen to.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about myself. Pick one album. I'm thinking about albums that I put in my car and they stay in the CD player. Yes, I'm that old school. But they stay in the CD player for weeks before I swap it out. And that means that album has a variety of things I can listen to based on my mood, what I'm doing, how I feel, that type of thing. And this is R&B, so it's tough. It's tough on this one.
It's 2 up here right now that I'm battling back and forth with. But I'm gonna wait. I want to wait to see what the
I want to see what the audience says. All I know, I'm telling you right now, I don't like the way Keith said looking at me.
He looking at you like you may be young.
Get out of here, Keith. Yo, did you see that interview that he did though, where he was talking about like at the time when his music was coming out, somebody was always putting out songs that had pretty much a reminiscent beat of his or a similar sound?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Nah, I didn't see it.
Yo, he was making a good point up until the end.
Of course he did. Tia said, see, you can't answer that because each album depends heavily on your mood. Very true.
That's the reason why it's up here. Exactly what I just said. That's the reason why it's there.
What's
Gun to
your
your head
mood right now?
It's the reason why it's up there.
Pick an album.
This is R&B.
I'm gonna tell you the one. Okay, so you know what? Let me start it off. Bump it. I'm gonna tell you the two I'm going back and forth with right now.
Go ahead.
Mary J. Blige, My Life,
Uh-huh.
and Boyz II Men 2.
Mm. You got
Both
two of
of
my
those
three. I was
albums,
going back and forth between three of them.
if I had to mention a third one, it would have to be Blackstreet. But
Dang, I ain't thinking about them. Dang, that's a good one.
Mary, and you know what? I gotta give Tia credit on this. Mary, if you was in one of them moods, like,
I
yo,
know. My life, my life, my life, my life.
yo, bro, that song she got, Be With You, she sung the fuck. She was, I just want to be with you. And then she's singing her own chorus, I just want to be with you. I'm like,
You
oh,
can tell when somebody feeling it in the booth, bro.
yo, I know. And we all know Puff produced that album, even though all that bullshit he did and all this other stuff, that man knew how to make a fucking album. Let's just call it.
I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade.
But the way I know they was looking at her when she was singing that album, like, that's gonna be a hit.
Like that's it right there. Let her cook. Let her cook.
And what I love about the albums, okay, so like the two albums that I picked personally, I love it because they got past that sophomore jinx. Remember, they came out with that first hot album. Oh, they're gonna get that sophomore jinx. Mary put up her middle finger on that second album. Like,
Mary
put me in this category.
Mary going through drama is the best Mary that you can get. And I know she's even addressed this herself. She was like, people keep telling me they want bad situation Mary, but I want to make music that makes me feel good. But Mary, you can't deny when you were going through something, your music hit different. Not to say what you're doing now ain't good.
No,
but
absolutely.
It hit different.
But Tia, who killing the comments right now, and I love it.
Fan of the week.
Like, I'm not heartbroken and haven't experienced a significant heartbreak, so I'm going with Keith Sweat and Boyz II Men.
Okay. Now pick one.
Not for nothing, Tia. Most of Boyz II Men album, it had a significant amount of heartbreak in there.
Yeah. Was that that 2? That's the one with Water Running Dry on it?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. Ooh.
And remember Trying Times?
Yep. Oh, listen to the name of the song.
And Tia, she said, sad emotions make the best music. That's why My Life is right.
I mean, you making a hell of an argument for My Life right now.
Yo, for real. Listen, I ain't even gonna front with you. Putting this up right now, I'm about to listen to that album when we finish this.
Bro.
It was a good album. Like the beats
was a great album.
Point.
The outlier that I put in there, and this is for me, like when I say like if I put a CD in, I want to be able to listen to it in the car, and I might ain't no telling how I'm feeling that day or what's going on or what I'm doing. The one I had to throw in there, because I was looking at Boyz II Men, I was looking at Mary J too. Mm-hmm. But the one that you're not gonna think I'm thinking about, TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool.
Oh no, that was a dope album too.
Because it was, that album did big, but at the same time, it has a variety.
Yeah.
That I can, I want to be in the car. Let's say I had a bad argument with somebody, and then I'm getting in the car, then I'm listening to somebody having a worse argument. Like, I'm gonna split something. But Crazy Sexy Cool, at least I be on the backhead bounce for no reason. Backhead bounce.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Changing Faces shouldn't be up here.
Why is it up there?
I don't know, but whoever made this list. Changing Faces shouldn't be up here to me because they only had like 2 good songs on that album.
You really want
possible 3.
If you really want to play around with this, and I know we take the list as it's given, we take the topic as it's given, but we got a few more minutes. I'm gonna start swapping out some albums.
Okay, let's go for it.
So, man, you know what? Not even swapping out. I'm gonna throw some more in there to be considered. Anthony Hamilton's first album, coming from where I'm from. I can put that in and let it go. I'm gonna go old school real quick. The Superfly soundtrack,
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Mayfield. I can put that in and let it go.
I'm surprised Whitney's not up here.
Because Whitney, she had good albums, but we know her more for singles.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have a bad album, but like, we know Whitney track for, this track, that track, that track, that track, which spans a course of albums. Marvin Gaye got a couple of them, but I'm a not dumb it down for the young listeners. So I'm a huge fan of what John Legend did with his first album.
Yeah, that was a good album.
It tells a story. It tells a story from the top to the bottom.
Hold that thought.
Mhm.
So Tia said, I didn't actually listen to any of these albums. I was winging it. That's why I made that face.
That's why you fan of the week.
But then she goes back and says, my dad was 60 when I was born. So I know Johnny Taylor, Cal, Tyrone Davis, Brown. Tia, we got something in common, and I'm gonna tell you why. If y'all don't mind this story real quick. So
hey, bro.
I lived with my uncle. My uncle was the biggest old school fan ever.
Until you met me.
Brown played in that house all the time, and I had to do that dance. I
got
respect
to pay back.
Jesus Christ. I get it. So I understand. If anybody understands, Mel understands.
I got a question for Tia.
But go ahead.
I got a question for Tia on this one. Because this was like the second coming of the old school, but it was new. It was like new doo-wop. Do you remember when Solo put out that one dang album that had the hood on fire? Solo. And I think the leading single was Where Do You Want Me to Put It? That should be up here.
So Tia also said, crazy how old school is now the 90s. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm talking, when I say, you know me, man, I'm 38, but I'm like 75 on the inside. I'm like 75 on the inside, to be real with you. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, look at the young folk stuff. And then I'm like, yo, this is 30 years old. But yeah, as a matter of fact, if we don't do nothing else today, just go and check some of these out. If you still watching, still listening, and if you will listen, check out some of these albums, man. Some of these was actually pretty doggone dope.
If you want our opinion, like I said, my top 3 up here for y'all to listen to. If you want to listen to them, Mary J. My Life, Men 2, and definitely a toss-up with Blackstreet and TLC for sure.
Yeah, that's a good toss-up. Blackstreet did a heck of a job on that album. I ain't no front.
That album was amazing.
They did a heck of a job on that album. And especially with, but like, Buddy was always screaming in such a way that, like, if normally it would irritate you, but you like, I feel him though.
And you know what's funny? Teddy Riley couldn't
freaking genius, man.
Couldn't sing a lick, but good production. Okay, we'll put you part of the group.
Pretty much. Teddy is a freaking legend, and you can't. All you know, it was like Blackstreet, y'all. Come on, do. That's all.
That's it.
Teddy, Blackstreet, do. But gosh, I mean, we approach. Who's that? Charlene?
Yeah, she said Keith Sweat was one of my college soundtracks. With your little nasty self.
Say Keith Sweat was. You done told me something about you today, Charlene. No wonder you did. No wonder you did Anthony Hamilton like that. Dang it. Keith Sweat, sign it all up.
No, you know what, Charlene? You're right. I personally wouldn't cut Brandy out. That album wasn't bad.
No.
But it do make me want to listen to that Karen White album. I want to check that out.
You know the reason why Brandy wasn't in consideration on this for me
Mm.
is because when I had a more mature ear, Full Moon was a better album.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I will argue you to the ground on that.
Yeah.
Full Moon was the better album.
Yeah. It's just one of those. I mean, that's just the growth and maturity. You know what I'm saying? So in this list right here, it's not that it's a bad album, but it don't stand up as much to some of the stuff with the other ones.
But bro, don't count out Never Say Never.
Uh-uh.
That whole album was amazing.
Mm-mm. I'm trying to think of albums that I'm sticking it to R&B. I'm sticking to R&B. R&B albums that had me locked up.
What do you
And
mean?
I told y'all a couple of mine.
What do you mean had you locked up?
No, that had me like, yo, I'm just in tune with this album.
Be specific.
I'm in tune with this album. I'm gonna listen to it time and time again. I got favorites on here, but at the same time, I don't want to skip a song. Let it ride. And I think I gave y'all my two that for some reason, and of course I was young at the time, but they stood out to me. That Anthony Hamilton for coming from where I'm from, and John Legend's first 2 to 3 albums were continuing the story from the first one. So I like artistry like that. But dang it, there was another one. That solo album was hot.
One of my favorite albums that I can listen to front and back is because I've always been a New Edition fan. New Edition Home Again, when it was all 6.
I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, like bro. I remember me and my one of my old school friends, I'm gonna say, me and one of my old school friends, big New Edition fans. The first thing when we found out they was doing an album with all 6, we stood outside for that album and got home. When I tell you we wasn't disappointed,
no,
I was like, wait, Bobby and Johnny is on this at the same time?
Think about how old I was at the time, and think about me. That tape, yes, children, tape. That tape is around here somewhere. I had to have that album, and I even flipped out when they showed up on Family Matters.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That was a good album. Oh, that was a good album. Yeah, it was. My young behind.
Yo, we definitely hope that this brings y'all to want to listen to some albums, because I know out here in New York right now it's a little gloomy, not just because the Knicks lost. Still gonna be a Knicks fan through and through, but
you done did a deal long. You might as well keep riding,
bro. As a kid, I had to like the Knicks because I was a child. It was 2 teams that I grew up watching. It was the Knicks and the Bulls. Always used to see them go back and forth. Anytime the Knicks played the Bulls, I'd root for the Knicks, even though Jordan would embarrass him.
You know it.
But as I like toward my teen, almost adult years, it was the Knicks and the Lakers because of Kobe. Big Kobe fan.
It set in.
You know, but yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there while we're talking about this. John May.
Yeah, what's good, my brothers? I hope y'all have a great show. Just stopping in to show some love. Nah, I appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
Definitely.
While we talk about that real quick for the listening audience, what is it? I can't read that.
Bible Burelli. You talking about India.Arie?
Oh, I think you're trying to make a suggestion for albums to listen to.
Oh, okay.
I have to take that down.
No, I'm gonna keep that up for a minute.
No. When I say take that down, like take notes so I can check that out.
But go ahead, because we about to wrap this up.
Yeah. So for the listener audience that are here present, you give us a topic, we'll talk about it, and that's how we'll close the show. That'll be the last topic. If you throw up a topic that you've seen this week that you want to address, and maybe, you know what, we might not even dig all the way into it today,
Mhm.
It might be a topic to start off in the next show. But if you got anything on your mind or something that you've seen that you want to address, or you want us to chop it up with, go ahead and you can type it in, and we'll touch on it. Meanwhile, we talking about sports while y'all do that. Nah, honestly, bro, I think I told you this
Hold up.
about. Yep,
Hold up.
go ahead.
Hill said Leon Thomas was a great album. Bro, are we talking about the same album? Because if we talking about the same album,
That's.
oh yeah, I agree with you.
Are we talking about Carl Thomas? Because I meant to mention him earlier.
No. Leon Thomas.
Okay, but still, shout out to Carl Thomas. That was a good one.
Oh yeah,
Thank
hell
you,
yeah.
brother.
Oh
That
god.
was a good one.
That's another one I can play back and forth.
Yeah, I can play that. I can put that in and ride. That one is a good one. But Leon Thomas, tell me something.
If me and Hill is on the same page right now,
That's all I
Leon,
need to know.
he was the guy that was on Victorious with the dreads. He put an album out. It's called Mutt, I believe. And
Like a current dude. I know what you're talking about.
he's talking about the same album. Yes.
I got
That
you.
album is amazing, bro. When
I
you
think
get
that.
when you get a chance, listen to that album, Mutt. It's a
Yeah, I check it out. Like I like the song Mutt, and I won't say I don't like it. It's like I don't want to call myself that. I know what you're talking about, but I will check it out because it's been a few albums that came out in recent years. We kind of looking back in the past. There's been a few albums that came out in recent years, R&B wise, that are pretty dope. Still Sonic being one of them. I mean, that goes without saying.
That was a good album too.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Look at how they raked up at the Grammys. That goes without saying.
Listen, folks, this is real life situations. If y'all hear my son in the back talking, that's because he's talking loud. It's okay.
Tell Neff I said what's up, man.
Because he's just like, I just want to let you know that I'm like, wait,
Mutt
Mutt remix with Freddie Gibbs and Chris Brown. It was a good remix. But that Mutt album, yo, Tori, definitely check it out.
How was that October London album? I haven't heard it.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I ain't like it too much.
I was scared to check it out because I like the vibe that he gave. He gave me a male version of what Amy Winehouse was trying to do, but the Amy Winehouse Back to Black album is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yep, definitely.
I bought that and it stayed in the CD player for a long time. Yeah.
So I mean, the comments has stopped. So
no other subjects.
No other subjects.
Right.
I guess we're gonna wrap it up. So
everybody at peace with themselves, all right?
Cool. So listen, thank you for joining us for another edition of Talking Good, Walking Bad. This is episode 4. We will be doing episode next week. And we're gonna put this back up one more time. If you out there, check out one of these albums. Wait.
Start with that Mary J. If you ain't listened to it already, start with that Mary J.
Hey, get back in the shot. Yeah, over. Oh, we just doing half an eye. All right.
That ain't how it looked to me. It's different.
Yeah, do it like that. Yeah. If you want to do the next album, do it like that.
Y'all can tell we ain't got no sense, man. That's my brother Mel, for real.
You already, brother.
That is my brother Mel. I take a bullet for this man. Now I hope you don't owe nobody money that's really trying to shoot somebody, because I'll do it. But at the same time, I don't feel like dying today.
Not yet. We good.
Yeah, no. I still got a whole lot to live for, as Bone Thugs Harmony said. Because I really ain't scared to go, but I really got a lot to live for.
Go ahead and wrap this up, bro.
All right, man. You know what? Nah, we're gonna do this together, but we're gonna do it traditional. Hey, for everybody that's listening, who was here live and present, for those of you who listen and watch, for those of you who will listen and watch, we thank y'all. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
That.
So with that being said, yo, what's your name, man?
Not Snoop Doggy Dogg. This is Mel Walker. Wait. I gotta put this comment up before we leave.
Move forward. Because fan of you know what, just come down here and just get this shirt that I got over here with the Family Mean Podcast on. Just come get it.
Oh shoot. Guys, we still owe people shirts.
We owe some shirts. Oh, snap.
We will get to it. We had a couple of setbacks, but we're gonna get to it.
Yeah, we are not liars. So you gonna get your shirt.
So I needed something a little more stimulating.
All right. Give me a topic, for example, and we'll definitely do that. It's because it's all about y'all. It's all about the fans.
Yeah.
Because what y'all get when y'all don't participate is what me and this man gonna talk about when we just on the phone in general.
And I don't know if a lot of y'all would want that.
I think I know what she mean by stimulating, which I mean we have special episodes for those. You know, when we talk about the mental health, when we talk about the plight of certain lifestyles, when we talk about, you know, the struggles of being a certain figure in a certain situation, when we talk about the state of the union as far as a community is concerned. I think that's what she means, but I don't want to put words in her mouth. I'm gonna let her respond. But yeah, we have special episodes dedicated to that. Other than that, if it makes sense, is Saturday afternoon. And a lot of people ain't, you know, really in that. But at the same time, we do care about our fans and what they need to have addressed. Because if you go back, I'm plugging ourselves right now. If you go back to look at the Family Mean podcast website and look at Family Mean podcast on YouTube, and the ones that are still there, we have definitely gone there. But what does it say?
To heal us, to share knowledge.
Right. Yeah, we do. We do. We spend a lot of time having fun, but we would definitely let people know if that's where the episode is going, because we like to put a warning up first. Saying, yeah. I'm sorry. I cut you off, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, we like to put a warning up, like if just in case it's a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about this, that. So we like to do that ahead of time. So on a show like today, number 4, we're just talking about what's going on and what y'all are seeing and how we going. We chilling. But we definitely do episodes like that. And I appreciate you actually being interested in that. And you're definitely welcome to be a part to come on in and share your knowledge and wisdom, because I think you've done it before. Because it's all about you. All about. I ain't just talking to Tia. I'm talking to everybody out there. All the fans. We love you, man.
Because he already said you could have been anywhere else in the world.
But you're here with us. And we appreciate that. So with that, that's Mel MF Walker. This is TG. Y'all know what it stands for.
We got it. One more time, because we was almost out of here.
Oh, we good today.
But she said I can teach health. I can speak on real estate, wealth building, stocks, IUL, trauma, etc. No, you know what? This is why he said earlier, you have to let us know so we can prepare people for it. So when they come in, if they have questions or anything that they want to talk about that with, we can do it. So we're all for that. We are all for that.
As a matter of fact, barring anything going crazy this week, in the next 7 days or next 6 days, barring anything going crazy, and I mean crazy in the news like 9/11 or OJ Simpson, hey, you're welcome to be a guest, a featured guest. I'm dead serious.
And you can, talk to us. We'll definitely set that up, and because a lot of people don't know about, wealth building and stuff like that. I will sit here and say it. I am one of them. I have someone who is by my side that is helping me with that, which is amazing. So
like I said, you are welcome. Just because you think that you're not, because the people that we've had on the show before are people that are notable characters that people can easily recognize, or somewhat so forth, or either you don't recognize them, but they got a lot of plethora, or a lot of plethora. That's a whatever. They got a plethora of knowledge or experience.
mm,
You can be a guest on this show, and we welcome you to it. The welcome mat is laid out at Mama House, and you can come
I
on.
will tune back in. I stay super busy, and y'all like to start when I'm at work. You
All
know
right.
what? Hit us up later.
Tell
We
the
can set
truth.
it, and we can set it around your time.
Tell the truth, bro. Tell the truth. When we have a guest on, we go when they say go.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Mhm.
you let us
So
know, man.
you let us know. And they said it to be, jokingly or facetious. I mean, seriously, we will
Let us
work with you.
know. With that being said, because we went over an hour and some change. With that being said,
It happens sometimes, especially if you get one of them pills from the.
with that being said, we want y'all to have a wonderful Saturday and definitely continue to support. I'm Mel, STG. We out.